Hi there, it's Julie from Inspired by Memories. Just going to put this layout together. I've got the 3 photographs there of my grandson at an adventure playground, and that's basically how I want them placed on the page, and to me the rest of it has to work around that plan. I've already sort of made little crosses and marks on the page so I know exactly where the photographs are going. Now I've got the whole Doodlebug Hello range, which I adore. It's really bright, colourful, summery. I may be using that today. Not obviously all of it, but definitely some of it. It's so pretty. I really like it. Now I've got the smaller icons for my planner, so you'll be seeing those in my planner shortly. They're just so cute. So, excuse me walking around while I'm talking to you. So, the paper of the day is one of my favourite designers. It's Amy Tangerine, On a Whim. Absolutely love these blocks of colour, checks, stripes, and it's just so gorgeous. And together with this vellum that's in like a neon lime green, I think we've got a winner. So, I'm going to back this adventure. Literally with the vellum. It's going to be quite tricky to cut out, but we'll get there. I've already planned the path of where my cardstock is going to go, as in I'm going to cut round squares, and I'm going to use this little bottle with a very fine nib to apply my glue once it's all cut out. I did use scissors to go around the outside, but for these more intricate bits, yes, craft knife all the way. Even though I was looking straight at it, it took me ages to realise that the D, the A, the E, and the U still had their centres on, which is ridiculous, and I don't know how that bypassed me. So, anyway, I'm putting the centre pieces in now, which obviously makes them pop out the page. That lime does go so lovely with black. So yep, done that. I still haven't noticed. So the worst thing in the world is cutting into a brand new 12 by 12, but it has to be done. I've already, as I say, I've already planned my path, so all I've got to do is cut the route now. Basically I'm using my scissors and my craft knife, depending on which path I'm going. I don't want it too neat at this stage. I thought I wanted it quite sort of rustic. I do change my mind, being OCD and it's a medical condition. I just rip pages, yes, but no, if there's a line and you're using a paper cutter or scissors, it's got to be straight-ish. So I'm just making sure that the path that I've decided on is the right one. It looks like it is. So I'm going to continue the cut process above the photographs and up to the top right hand corner. Gorgeous paper. I bought several sheets of this, and over the year I've used them on different projects. There we go. Onto the white cardstock. Pop. It's so gorgeous. Yep, and there's my pictures, just making sure. They haven't been mounted yet. They will be shortly. Yep, I'm happy with that. I still haven't noticed all those middles that need doing. So I'm going to use the very fine glue. Oh look, I have noticed. Have I? No. Oh dear. So I have, as best I can, matched in some Doodlebug paper out of the 6x6 to this lime green. It's quite different, but it does work because of the multitude of colours in the paper. So I'm going to stick down the pattern paper, and on top of that I need to stick down the title, which I did want to mount on foam, but that just wouldn't work because of the open areas on the letters. So I ended up using glue, which I don't normally do for a title. The photos have been mounted in 3 stages, obviously 3 different heights, so they pop as well. And now I need to do is just to apply glue or stick it back tape to the cardstock, get that put down so that we can finish this page. So clear the decks, there we go. And exactly as I thought, I'm tidying up. I just don't like them rough edges. So I'm just tidying those up a little bit before I stick it down. There we go. Such a shame when you've got 2 sides of paper and they're both amazing. I made a gorgeous layout from cutting out all those leaves. It took hours, days I think. But I did love it. I made it like a wreath look. You'll see that in my Instagram folder or on Facebook or in my web channel. So now I have applied some sticky stuff. This will go straight down, corner to corner. Fabulous. And then I found the dots. I just needed some roundness on the page. Obviously everything's very rectangle and squared, so I just thought I'd pop some roundness on the page. Didn't know quite what. Still haven't noticed. How silly. I can't believe it. And then it takes me to put glue onto the back of it before I actually decide, oh, I've missed something. So I've got this like hot pinky, pinky red and a blue. I'm going to use those just for the time being. So we need to put some glue on the back of this. That fits lovely. Now this is where I wanted to raise it before changing my mind, because I would have had to put so many of those little pieces on, and it just, because the vellum is obviously see-through, it wouldn't have worked. So glue was the way to go. Out comes the Kalau, and as you see, I have noticed now, and they've all been cut out. Looking much better now. So I'm double mounting that top photo to make that the highest of the 3. Apologies for the view at the moment. I haven't quite realised that I've dropped down a little bit below the screen. So I'm just adding some blue dots at the bottom. I've got some pinky reddy ones on the right. And I think embellishments is now the way forward. There's only so many dots you can put on a page without it looking silly, so I don't want to put that anymore on there. So here we've got Wild Heart which I got in a kit from Quirky Kits. I've used quite a bit of it already, because there's another side. But yes, to see what's what. And here I've got some Jen Hadwell as well. Hadwell, her name's not Jen Hadwell. And here I've got some different ephemeras from different kits, but some Jen Hadfield, which I'm really into at the moment. Really does complement several of the pages I've done recently, especially with the foiling on them. So here we are moving into the pretty bit where you just add all your embellishments, and I've chosen these huge jungle type leaves, which I do think really do set off the page at the bottom there. And obviously I've mounted them because there's several different ones that I'm clumping together. So this is to go in that space there below Leo. And this, I believe, those came from a kit from Thompson Craft Supplies. They are mixed media kit from this month. I've used quite a range of different kits to put this one together today. I've just realised that. Now, I played around with this Stay Wild at the top there. I played around with it for a while. But because of the size of Adventure, I don't think it does anything for the page until I decide to put it somewhere else. And then I do believe that it adds to the page. There's no point in putting something on the page that doesn't do anything in particular. If it's just lost, then it's either in the wrong place or you need to put it with something else. But those leaves down there, I'm just contemplating, shall I put that Stay Wild on top of the leaves? Because it is a sort of leaf. And I couldn't quite make up my mind to start with. So I moved on to my journaling. I quickly typed it up on Word. Tried to keep it brief, which is really hard for me. I don't do brief. But I do love this form of journaling, and I will be doing this for a little phase time. I do seem to have phases. I think everybody does. And once I've placed all these where they should go, then I think we're done. I'm just going to pop them. I don't want them bang straight under each other. I don't want them all in a line. I want them to be quite random. So I'll see you in a second when I've done that. So the journaling's all completed, and I think that looks really good down the bottom. Nice and clean cut. Yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Excuse my cough. Okay, so basically I'm still not happy with the top left, and I will remove that shortly. I've popped a few bits of ephemera. One says yes to adventure, and I'm just going through my stash to see if there's anything else relevant to the page. And as I say, I've added a little white heart. I'm trying to see if I've added anything else in your absence. But nope, it doesn't look like I have. So all that's left to do now is the fun bit, which is the embellishments. Just making it your final bits and pieces around, moving bits. This bit sometimes can take me quite a while because ideas that I had at the beginning, I may have changed my mind halfway through. I can alter all that. So as you'll see, I've brought the Stay Wild down and I've put it into the centre of that huge leaf. There is another leaf there, it's hard to see on this video. I'm also thinking about moving the Yes to Adventure, and I've got a few other bits that I intend to add to the page before it's finished. So yep, we've decided to move that over to there. It's a nice little bunch they've got, or cluster, sorry, down in that bottom left. Well, thank you for joining me today. I've really enjoyed sharing how I put this layout together as it happened, and I hope you enjoyed it too. There's a couple of pictures at the end of how it looked, but I have already posted it on Instagram, and you can have a look at your leisure. Thanks very much, and see you again soon. Bye.